Hi, Greg Smith here from Inside Nebraska, Nebraska.rivals.com, here with two of Nebraska's signees, Jeremiah Charles and Ismael Smith Flores here at Arlington Martin High School. Kind of a unique situation with these two guys, both coming to Nebraska, also both having their high school coach come out to Nebraska to be the new tight ends coach. So I guess I want to start there with kind of you guys' recruitment. I guess, Jeremiah, you kick us off. Like, how did your recruitment process kind of unfold?
Honestly, I was getting recruited by different schools, but they really don't offer. So until this one night, I had an amazing basketball game. Saw my athleticism, my speed. You know what I'm saying? Just me as a player. Coach Rule and Coach Wager came out to watch that game, and they threw the offer that night after that game.
So I guess going into that, did you know that was going to be a big basketball game for you?
No, sir. I just seen my coach. He left before we even get to say bye to him, so I was like, I'm going to dedicate this game to him since I didn't get to see him the last time.
Okay, and then Ishmael, I guess, how about you? How did your recruitment kind of process play out? It was a little bit different, but how did yours kind of play out?
So mine, it was probably about week 5 into the season, and that's why I got my first offer. Iowa had offered me, and then Michigan State probably, I think, 2 days later. So after that, that's when everything got rolling, you know what I'm saying? So I had about 2 big games, a couple 100-yard games, and then after that, it just started rolling up. And it got pretty slow around December. And then I think it was January, I was in New Jersey for a visit to Rutgers, and I got 4 offers in one day. And that's when Nebraska offered me. That was that day. And, pretty much I took 3 visits, I think, and then I made my decision.
So what is that like for you when you're on a different visit, but you got these other offers rolling in? Like, what's going through your mind when that happens?
It's crazy because usually when I'm on visits, I let the coaches know so they, you know what I'm saying, I can lock in on my visit. But I guess it was pretty crazy. They just all wanted to get at me real fast. So it was funny because it's like you trying to focus on the school you're at right there, and then you got other schools blowing you up. So it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying, let me try to balance the boat.
Right, and then one of the things I've mentioned too is a unique situation because you guys as coach left this high school where we're at and then kind of went out to Nebraska. Then you guys took those visits and then ended up signing with Nebraska. So what was that kind of crazy process like? First, I was hearing that he was leaving. What was that like?
So at first it was just rumors. So we wasn't really sure. Obviously we know his son, so we had a little insight about, something like that. But it wasn't confirmed. There was like a couple schools he was, I think, debating between or something like that from what I know. So we weren't sure if he was leaving yet. And then I think he broke the news to us, I think, a day or two before he announced it to everybody. So, when that happened, it was just crazy. I didn't believe it, but I was happy for him.
And then Jeremiah, when he came back down here to for that basketball game, and you're like, okay, is he now recruiting me? Like, what is that situation like for you then after him just being your coach?
Honestly, I didn't even think he was going to recruit me, honestly. I just had to put on for him because that was going to be one of the last times I ever seen him since I'm a senior in high school. Just put on the show for my coach.
Got you. And then Ismael, one of the things, I can't go too far without mentioning the Iowa thing, right? So you got a big Iowa family. So have they kind of warmed up to that now? You kind of were a little bit into that. What was that process like of having to kind of turn them down to go to Nebraska?
Yeah, it's funny because my dad, he was like a real big fan of Nebraska growing up. So I know a lot of people probably think, oh, he's an Iowa guy. Hey, but he was actually really excited when I got to Nebraska because, when he was growing up, that's when they had the dynasty and all that stuff going on. So, they was all cool with it. You know what I'm saying? It's more like jokes about it, but, they love Nebraska. They know it's the best place for me and all that. It's more so like his friends, they tease him a lot. So that's really more so what it is. But he knew Nebraska was the best place for me.
So has he been wearing Husker gear yet? Has that happened yet?
No,
not yet. Okay.
Nah, he's not doing that.
Is that going to happen? Are you going to be able to get him to that?
He's not that deep.
Okay.
He's still wearing Iowa stuff. So.
Okay, we got to wait on that one a little bit.
We got to wait.
And Jeremiah, one thing about other sports too, you mentioned basketball and how they saw you at that basketball game, and I know you do track as well. So I guess, how does track and basketball help to prepare you or get you ready for football and what you can do out there too?
Really, basketball? It's really just like, honestly, I don't even know. But track, it's the speed and the form and running, just pushing power into the ground, getting out, out your break, stuff like that. Basketball, basically, if I go for a dunk, I can go up and catch the ball over something. That's how I put it.
And then for sticking with football too, for you, Coach McGuire, obviously the whole staff is new, but Coach McGuire as well was one of the later hires that came in. I guess, how has that relationship been building for you, and how do you like him so far?
It's been good. Every every time when on my official visit, we ate together the whole time. Sat down, talked it up. We actually went through some of the wide receiver stuff that were, if I was committed, going through the type stuff.
Okay. And Ishmael, kind of looking at you, and I know I talked to you about this before, kind of that hybrid wide receiver tight end role that they talked to you about. I guess, specifically with that, have you looked at kind of anyone like South Carolina, Jaheim Bell, like anybody like that Satterfield that worked with in the past, because you could be that type of a player?
Yeah, Coach Satterfield, when I was up there on my visit, so I had already told them that I was going to commit. I hadn't announced it, but they knew. So he had broke down the film for me and showed what type of stuff they do. They use a lot of 3 tight ends and stuff like that. And basically what role he sees me in, whenever I get up there and go to Nebraska. So he wanted a good detail about that. So I pretty much know I'm going to.
Okay, what do you think about that? Like, how exciting is that for you? You're going to do a lot of different stuff doing that position.
Yeah, it's very exciting because you get to do everything. So it's just like you get to get a piece of everything. You get a block, you get to catch balls. Obviously, I like that. Get vertical. Right. So you just get to affect the game in a lot of ways and just be versatile. So I really like that.
Got you. One of the other things too that's unique about both of you, there's a lot of shared things that both of you have only played 1 year of high school football, right? So a question for both of you. This is interesting to me. So you only play 1 year of high school football. What makes you confident that you can transition to Power 5 Big Ten football?
I mean, it's just sports. You just competing. So even though I grew up playing basketball and stuff like that, I've never been scared of none. I'll never fear nobody. So just going up there and just being a competitor. I mean, you do that in anything you do. Track, basketball. You can even be a baseball player and go play football. It don't matter. Just as long as you don't got no fear in you, you'll be straight. So that's all I look at it.
That, and if you have great work ethic, I know I can work hard to be better at football than what I am right now.
Gotcha. That kind of leads me perfectly into something else I was thinking about. Off-season workout program. Me and Jeremiah were talking about this earlier. Like, what are you guys doing, I guess, to kind of get ready for your time at Nebraska when you get there this summer?
We getting up every day at like 5 a.m., getting up to the school about 6, and then we got 2 lifts every day. Then we got skill work, and then a lot of running. So we're not taking no breaks right now. It's our foot's on the gas right now. We're just trying to get better.
And have you guys been able to talk to Coach Campbell at all, the strength coach, about anything that you should be doing during that time, or you just decided to take it upon yourself to get out there and start getting that work in?
Actually, we have my coach, Coach Rogers. He was at Baylor when Coach Rule and Coach Campbell coached him. So he's like a good plug for us to get good workouts in that Nebraska might be doing up there.
Okay, got you. So I guess another one for both of you too is, as you kind of get ready for college, everybody has something to work on. I guess what are the things both of you are working on to get better at?
I mean, definitely me, just being a better route runner. That's big, especially since I'm more of a receiving tight end, That's definitely big. I want to be able to create a lot of space between linebackers and safeties and stuff like that. And when they spread me out, be able to get off the corners and try to press. So that's big. And then obviously just getting stronger. That's a big thing. I'm going to have to block some big boys down there in the trenches. So I'm just trying to get bigger and get ready for that.
Mine's just getting stronger, honestly. I got the speed. I got everything else. I just need to get bigger and stronger.
Do both of you know your height and weights right now?
Yeah, I think I'm about 6'5", around. I'm leaner now because we're doing a lot around. I'm probably about 210, 215 right now.
I gotta say it. I'm like 6'1", 160.
Okay. So the reason I asked that though is that because I know you talk to the coaches about what they project you at, right? So like, what size do you think you can get to after you get in that college program?
Smooth 185.
Yeah. I'll probably say I don't see myself getting too much bigger. I just think I'll get a lot stronger. So probably 245, like 230 at the biggest, but I don't want to get too big. That's not really my type of play style, but I'll definitely get started.
Okay, just a couple more. I guess I know that the playbook is still kind of getting worked out. The coaches are still figuring out the scheme. But have you had any kind of idea of like the schemes or like the formations or anything like that? And how's that going?
The coach sent us in a group chat our formations and stuff like that.
Okay. And how have you been picking that up so far? How do you like that?
Honestly, I've been writing them down.
Like
whatever position I'm going to play, I know where I'm going to be at. As soon as I get up there, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, have you heard the same thing as Coach Wager sending you formations?
I haven't seen too much, but I've gotten a good feel for it. So, I mean, right now I'm just looking at it, just making sure I know where I need to be at.
Gotcha. Okay. And then I guess, when do you get to Lincoln? Like, when is your arrival date?
June 6th.
June 6th. Okay. And I guess my last one, if you had any message for the fans and they kind of get excited for this new season, what would that be?
Hey, we're from Texas. We're different.
Yeah, we coming. You know what I'm saying? We bringing something different up there. We taking Nebraska back to where we used to be back in the old days.
Gotcha. Hey, I appreciate the time, man. You guys keep it locked here to Inside Nebraska's YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video, and we'll catch you next time.